Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ryan. Welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. Welcome back to the channel. Just checking in on you on this Monday, June 15th, 2020, 5:41 a.m. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far, whether you're listening to this shortly after it's being posted or later on in the day. Whenever it is that you're listening to this, I just want to say, hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great week. We're going to get into another edition of Animal Crossing and Chill this morning. There is a crow that is being very loud outside of my window right now. You guys can't hear it, thankfully, but hopefully it doesn't distract me too much. Alright, either way, let's get started here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Let me just make sure that there's not any duplicates. There shouldn't be. I placed down this flowery pattern here on the ground to make sure that there were no clones that started happening here on the Spectrum Garden, and so far it looks to be working. Although I can't imagine why it wouldn't work. Got a message from Gladys. Alright, so I'm going to kind of get into the groove of things here before I start talking about the big topic, which, as you can see in the title of this video, is Burnout. Oof, Burnout. It's a question and a conversation I've been having a lot on the live stream, as well as some comments that I get every now and again here on the YouTube side, so that's something... Wow, already? It's definitely something I wanted to talk about and wanted to address, because I feel like I've been talking about it enough that it should probably get its own video and have it so that I have something that I can just look back on as a means to just tell people, or rather show people, how I feel about the entire situation. So over on the live stream, we did play Firewatch recently, which as of right now is on sale on the eShop for $5. For those that don't know, it is like an adventure story game that's actually pretty like suspenseful because of its mystery, which was really fun. We played it on the live stream. It was really awesome. A lot of people seem to enjoy it, and we'll be playing more games like that. I just want to say thank you to everybody for hanging over on Twitch for the live streams and stuff like that. It's been super duper fun interacting with this whole community live, answering questions, chatting it up, having a good time. If you haven't already followed me on Twitch and want to hang out during those live streams, link to the Twitch channel is going to be down below. But yeah, we definitely plan on playing more games like that in the future, and just other games in general. So yeah, if that's something that that piques your interest, go ahead and hang out there sometime. Saturday and Sunday mornings, and for anybody who actives the live stream right now, as I mentioned on the live stream, if you didn't make it, we are actually going to be changing the live stream schedule to include Tuesday and Thursday, and removing Wednesday. So Saturday and Sunday mornings will be exactly the same, but we will be removing Wednesday and adding Tuesday night and Thursday night. It'll be 9 p.m. Eastern time for both of those times. So if anybody wants to hang out, who's already been hanging out over there, just a little update for you. Okay. I had a DIY workbench in my inventory, but I'm not going to be too concerned about getting Nook Miles this morning. I usually am not worried about getting Nook Miles in the morning anymore. Especially because with the algorithm, I probably won't be going on another villager hunt for another 2 to 3-ish weeks, depending on the villager that wants to move out. So we'll see. Although looking at my current villagers, the ones that will not be asking me to move out anytime soon, I believe, are Stitches and Ketchup. Ketchup being our most recent addition after moving out Lucky, which is very unfortunate and very sad, but Lucky was stuck with one of the default houses, and so I felt it was appropriate to let him move on and hopefully have his actual graveyard home on another island. So, to be honest, I think if any of my villagers... Oh, Lyman. If Lyman asked to move out, I would give him a big fat no. But if anybody else moved out, I think I would be inclined to say yes. So, another villager hunt video probably won't be coming for another 2 to 3 weeks, depending on basically if Lyman asks to move out. If Lyman asks to move out, then obviously we'll be waiting a little bit longer. But otherwise, we can definitely plan for that. And I say 2 to 3 weeks because as of right now, I'm still not a time traveler. And if I did time travel for the sake of like renovating my island, I would actually move back in time and then move forward to catch up. That way, I'm not skipping so much of the content. Good morning, Pinky. Usually up earliest. You're looking perf as ever. Let's chat. I lost my voice. I was trying to be a heavy metal singer. Alright. First things first on the morning chore list here. Let me just take a look and find our message in a bottle. Here it is. Easy peasy. Iron frame. Very curious to see what that is. Let me see. Oh, okay. It's just a bunch of iron bars. Okay, I don't know what I was expecting. All right. So one of the questions I've been asked a lot lately is why am I still collecting these fossils despite the fact that I have a completed museum? And the answer to that question is because I like to keep my island clean. I like to make sure that I have all the fossils taken care of and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, this is probably going to be the perfect segue into the main conversation of today's video, because once that's done, there's really not much else that I need to talk about for this video, at least that I planned for. And yeah, so as I mentioned, I like to dig up all the fossils every single day because it keeps the island clean. But the wow. Okay, well, I was gonna chop that down to get it out of the way, but okay, we'll move on instead, and we'll go to the hybrid breeding garden and do that instead of doing that. So, why do I dig up fossils? As I mentioned, it's to keep the island clean, but the biggest reason why I do it every single day, because I do play this game every single day, the biggest thing for me is it gives me something to do in the game every single day, right? It's just another task to do. So as you can see from the title of this video, and I'm going to try not to get too distracted as I pull up the flower breeding guide, which, as always, by the way, if you guys are interested in following the exact same guide that I'm using, it'll be in the description down below that you can use to follow along. And if you have any questions, let me know. As you can see, it's kind of blossoming, very much so. So, it gives me a task to do every single day, which leads right into the topic, which is burnout. One question that I see a lot in my comments, and then one question that I get a lot on the live stream, in any variation, is how are you not getting bored? What do you do every single day that keeps you coming back to this game? And I think it's an interesting question because this game has no objective to it, right? You have your objectives in the very beginning, but they're not really, like, time dependent. I mean, there's really not much anything at all that's time dependent in this game. I mean, everything grows whether or not you water it. Like, yeah, you have less chance to grow golden roses, but I think actually you have to have a golden watering can and water black roses to get gold roses. But other than that, like, flowers are going to grow regardless, whether or not you water them. It's not like Stardew Valley, where if you don't water something, it doesn't grow at all. In this game, things are going to grow because this game doesn't punish you for not doing something or doing something. It will absolutely never do that. So there are a lot of people as of right now who don't time travel, or, you know, at first it was a worry for people who do time travel to get burnt out. But now the people who aren't time traveling are now feeling the effects of burnout, because the game has been out now for, I'm gonna get a sip of water here. The game has now been out for almost 3 months. Five days from now, it'll have been out for 3 months. And if you're anywhere near, I'm gonna say, for lack of a better term, addicted to this game as much as I am, you have been playing it every single day. Whether or not you've been playing it for 30 minutes a day, or whether or not you've been playing it for 4 hours a day, I don't know. But if you feel any way about this game like I do, you've been playing it every single day. And for the first 2 months, admittedly speaking, yes, I mean, it was really awesome to look forward to things when you weren't a time traveler. Moving houses, getting that one plot of land available to you, that way you can terraform it the way that you want to. Seeing the fruits of your labor and patience of moving things around on your island, like all the buildings, getting the bridges and inclines built, because you can only build one of each every single day. It was really awesome, the waiting, and then experiencing it the next day, and then being able to finally continue on with your terraforming. But my island has looked like this now for the last, I'll say, month or so. I can't remember the last time I made any major changes to my island terraforming wise. Everything has pretty much just been pathing. And I've mentioned this in previous videos. I've mentioned potentially redoing my whole island. And if anything, honestly, for no other reason than to just give me something else to do in the game that isn't just this. If you watch a majority, or for a lot of people, it's at this point binging all of my my Animal Crossing and chill videos, they all essentially play out the exact same way. So when you think about it, this series is not actually an Animal Crossing series. This series, if anything, is more like a podcast, where I'm simply just talking about Animal Crossing in the background, which for a lot of people is totally fine, because the thing with this style of video, which is kind of odd, but I understand, is that if I also did this same type of video but for another game, like let's say I was talking about this stuff with no video whatsoever, it was all audio, I don't think there would be many people who'd be interested in that, because of the fact that, you know, a majority of these videos, the whole vibe of them is Animal Crossing in the background. And I'm trying not to lose my train of thought as I bring these other topics up that initially seem to make sense. But when it comes to doing stuff in this game, I mean, it's been very, very much the exact same sequence for me every single one of these videos. And so redoing my island would give the videos more purpose. They would give the videos something else to do. But in regards to doing the same things every single day, yes, people are going to get burnt out, and it's becoming, to me, much more apparent that people are. It's not trending as much as it was in the beginning, which makes sense for a game like this when there's not any major updates that happen all the time. Oh, hey, Flick is here. When there's not a lot of major updates that happen all the time, it is very difficult for a game like this to sustain its popularity, because people will end up getting bored of it. And, you know, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that feels a little bit disingenuous to make these videos all the time and be doing the exact same things. Now, the comment sections of these videos lead me to believe that it doesn't really matter what I do in these videos, because you guys tend to leave it on in the background and just kind of have it up regardless of what I'm doing in the game. I could be fishing on a mystery island for 20 minutes, I could be running around in circles for 20 minutes, but the consensus that I've gathered is that you guys will leave these videos on no matter what. But when it comes to doing stuff in the game, now I'm actually going to get into like how I feel about it and what I think you should do. The question I get a lot is, what am I supposed to do every single day? I'm done terraforming. I don't know what else I can do. How do you keep motivation to keep playing this game? And to be honest with you, the motivation to keep playing this game is because I like the game. I like waking up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I like pulling it up after work and just playing the game. And whether or not I have a major objective that I plan on completing that day or not, this game, I mean, this game isn't meant for you to grind. And, you know, Austin John Plays, who was one of the more popular Animal Crossing YouTubers for the last few months, finally recently admitted that he is completely burned out on the game and doesn't know when he's going to come back. And he lost a lot of subscribers from it because there are a lot of people who were only there for the Animal Crossing videos, which is fair, right? It's fair to understand that and why people only subscribe for that kind of stuff. And to basically be told that they're not getting that anymore, I completely understand. I would only be there for, honestly, I'm only there for his personality. I think he's an awesome guy. But this game is not meant to burn you out. You're not supposed to, like, as far as I'm concerned, this isn't one of those games where you're supposed to just, like, go through as quickly as you possibly can. But when it comes to things like 5-star island tours and stuff like that, I think for a lot of people, they did try to get through it as fast as they could because they felt like it was taking too long to get to where they wanted to be. And unfortunately, that rush then consumed the entertainment value of the game much more quickly than anticipated. So when people ask me questions like, how do you stay motivated to play this game? It's because I'm not really I'm not forcing myself to play it. That's another thing too. There are a lot of people who they just walk around in circles aimlessly, or they try to find something to do for purpose to keep the game up. And my question to that would be why? Why are you trying to force yourself to play a game that you're very clearly not enjoying? I've discussed this plenty of times on the live stream, but people ask me if I will ever play things like competitive games, and the answer to that question is always going to be a resounding no. The reason being for that is because I never want a game to dictate how much fun I'm currently having at that particular time. Let alone online random teammates. For those that are unfamiliar and don't really play online competitive video games, you know, I consider you to be one of the lucky ones and probably one of the happier ones, because the online gaming community, especially competitively, is a very unhappy place. But regardless, if the game isn't making me feel like playing, so games like League of Legends or even online like Magic the Gathering and stuff like that, I just won't do it. And so with this game, if it ever gets to the point where I just don't feel like playing it anymore, I just don't play it. And that's totally fine. It's a totally fine notion to not enjoying a video game at that moment and then put it down for a while. That's totally fine. Which, you know, to kind of circle back around, is what Austin John Plays is doing, which apparently was not the greatest move for a lot of people. For whatever reason, they didn't agree with it. But, you know, this game can only sustain your entertainment on a day-to-day basis for so long. As I mentioned before, for some people, it's 20 minutes. For others, it's 3 hours. Whatever it is, whether it be because they're terraforming or whether because they just enjoy the ambiance of their island or whatever, what have you, your reason for playing the game. If you're not enjoying the game at that moment, just don't play it. I understand that Animal Crossing is a game that is supposed to be super positive, super chill, and because it has no objective, you're able to just kind of, you know, open it up and play it without anybody telling you what to do all the time. And while, oops, I'm not supposed to be getting fish here. While it's awesome, you should never feel like you have to play the game. Nobody's forcing you to play the game, and nobody's telling you what to do in the game. So if you're not feeling it, just don't play it. I think it's another thing why people feel like burnt out on this game too, is because like they feel like they have to play it for some reason. I don't know where that emotion comes from, but they feel like they have to play it. I understand the need to play it every single day when it comes to things like collecting, which I'm gonna do right after this. I was gonna do it now before I forgot, but honestly, 300 Nook Miles is really, really minuscule in the grand scheme of things. There are a lot of things to do every single day that leave you coming back, right? Like, for example, Flick, or CJ, or do you have red that day? You know, that kind of stuff. Is Gulliver there? How much closer are you to getting a golden shovel? That kind of stuff. But if your entertainment value in this game exceeds no more than 5 minutes, that's not a problem. That's not a problem, and you shouldn't feel any worse about the game because it's not able to keep your attention as much as it used to. That's unfortunately kind of the nature of the game itself. When it comes to real-life events that it's basing most of what's happening on in the game, I feel like that sentence was jumbled and butchered to no end. When it comes to the fact that events in this game align with events that happen in real life, it can make the game go by pretty slow. Like, the biggest joke right now is that Isabel doesn't have any news, which makes sense, and for a lot of people is kind of unfortunate because of the first month we had like news like every single day. But that made sense because it was introducing you to everything that was happening on a day-to-day basis, to kind of get you up to speed with all the new stuff that you're learning. Things like when the shop needs to be upgraded, things like when the Able Sisters was opening their store, stuff like that. So naturally, it got to the point for everybody now. I believe most people now who've been playing the game for longer than a month have no news whatsoever. And that's totally fine. And that's totally fine. But as I mentioned, the fact that it's based off of real-life events can make the game really slow, but that's, like I said, then just come back when those events happen. Come back in every single day, do your daily chores if you feel like it. Log into the Nooks Services Center just to get your 300 miles if that's a streak you want to keep going. But that's it. You shouldn't feel like you have to play this game. And I'm gonna try to wrap this up before I have a bad habit of repeating myself when it comes to trying to get a point across. But you guys understand what I'm gabbing about here. If you don't feel like playing the game, then just don't feel like playing it. It's totally fine if you don't feel like playing it that day. Just come back to it when you feel like it. I mean, this routine that I'm doing every single day, it's basically provided something for me to do every single day because I'm already up at 5 a.m. anyway. And before, when I was up at 5 a.m., I would literally just be like browsing the internet. At least here, I feel like I have some sort of weird sense of productivity. Whether that be misplaced or not, I guess that's kind of up to the person who interprets the sentence. Wait, what? I wasn't even reading it. She wanted to buy one of the bug I just caught? Okay, well, that's a thing, I guess. Unless she asked for it like a long time ago and I'm finally getting it to her. I don't know. Oh well. But yeah, it gives me something to do every single morning. It's just a nice, calming way for me to start my days. Especially on days like Monday. You know, it's the start of the work week. Getting everything going here. And, yeah. So, here's what I want to do before the end of this video here. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a screenshot here of for the thumbnail. Let me see how I can do this. Oops. There's really no way for me to do it well unless I do something like this. We just get out of the shot. And you can still kind of see Pinky in the background, but that's okay. The text should cover that up. Okay, we'll do something like that. So I'll take a pop picture here first, and then I'll take just a normal picture. Oops. And then we'll take a sharp picture. Okay, and I'll just pick one of those three. So there you go. There's a thumbnail right there. But yeah, to kind of break this up, you know, and maybe to keep people motivated, here's what I want to do. What is your guys' thing that keeps you motivated to continue playing Animal Crossing? And if you don't feel like playing Animal Crossing anymore, by all means leave that in the comments down below too, and then maybe you can get some ideas from other people in regards to you know, what you can do in order to continue to have the motivation to play this game. If that's even your MO. If your motivation to not play this game is to just not play it, then that's totally fine. But otherwise, there's really not much else that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, let me know in the comments section down below what keeps you coming back, what you like most about the game that keeps you coming back, things of that nature. You know, when it comes to these Animal Crossing and chill videos, I like to use them as just a forum for me to be able to discuss things. And unfortunately, when it comes to things like burning out and boredom with this game, it's a question I get a lot. And so I wanted to kind of just address it in one video for all those people who are wondering how I felt about it, because you can only put so much text in a comment section before it's just a wall of text, as well as you can only just say so many things on a live stream before you really can't contribute to it, because it's happening live, so you don't just want to talk about that over and over and over again. So I hope this video was insightful for people who have been wondering, in regards to my opinion and what it means to get burnt out on this game and the things that I do and what keeps me coming back. I hope it was insightful, and if anything, I hope it was helpful. Maybe some people were more looking for an emotional push to keep going, something to tell them that it's okay to not play the game at this point, or to just come back when it's convenient for them, or maybe just to not come back for a while. I don't know. But either way, we haven't had one of these videos where we talk about a specific topic in a while, And with me not terraforming my island at the moment, who knows when that will be. For anybody wondering, I don't know when that's going to happen. But I think these videos are going to have a little bit more specific topics in the upcoming days or weeks whenever those topics do come up. So, I mean, if there's other topics you guys want me to talk about as well, you can also leave them in the comments section down below. But for now, that'll do it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. Not really much else I have to say on the topic. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the series and if you're new to the channel and you want to be notified when other videos like this are posted, by all means, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you know when these videos are posted. And if you enjoyed the video, found it insightful, found it helpful, or you just enjoyed having it on in the background, by all means, leave a like, leave a comment down below, you know, of all the stuff I said earlier. All right, guys, I'm going to go head out and get ready for work. Have a great Monday. Have a great rest of your day if you're watching it on another day, and have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great day.